So the last time we left off, we were in the town of Haven, which is this lovely town with the high stone walls. You've been told all about them by the Lord Grav, but it was as I think it was Torbrick was waking up in the morning, sort of stepping out onto the balcony of this very vertical town, that he saw a smoke plume rising from the front gate. And
I mean, does it look like there's been some sort of attack? Can I tell from this?
It looks dirty, like something that should be burning is burning. You know, it's very much some sort of bonfire or something's gone off. Maybe it's a celebration these people like to have. Who knows?
I mean, what I'm asking is, can I make a perception check to see what I can see?
You certainly could, but most of the moment you can just sort of see smoke pillars and that stuff. So give me a roll.
Not a huge amount, I'd imagine.
Yeah, no, pretty much what I've said. It's just, it's coming from the front gate. That's about it.
Right. Man! Get up! Take a look at this!
5 more minutes,
Five
Captain.
more
5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Get up, you lazy mangy cowards! Get up!
Can we get up on the roof of the house from the balcony, maybe?
Oh, the roof of the house. I think he'd have to sort of climb up there, like someone who's actually skilled in climbing. Would have to clamber on top.
I might be.
Well, then, if you might
roof
be,
is
you
on fire.
might have to give me a roll, and we'll see what you can see.
Well, I will give it a go. This might end in death. Oh no.
Oh, okay. I think maybe.
What would you need?
It's
Acrobatics?
only a slight fail. I mean,
Yeah, but maybe.
Oh
the
yeah, it might have been
morning
athletics.
sleep in the limbs get you. Oh no, it'd be acrobatics here. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like I was saying, the morning
me.
sleep in your limbs. You're sort of climbing up. You're like, oh, I've got this, and you start to scale. And you're like halfway up the wall, and you realize, oh, my arms are not doing this. And you sort of like grip a pole or something. You grip perhaps one of the what do you call it? One of the tubes that runs water down.
Drain pipe.
Drain pipe. That's what we're walking with. My God, it's
he
too
made
early
it.
for me. And you sort of
Hello.
slowly
Sorry
slide
about
back
that,
down
mate.
to the balcony floor. Hey, mate. And
you missed nothing.
yeah, you put down and you realise there's no way you're making it up this wall. Not this early. You need a refresher.
Can I do it and do it properly this time?
Well, you can certainly give it a go. Holy shit!
But he gets slapped in the face and he's woken up.
Yeah, you're
Wait,
pretty much you're
why,
right up,
why
done,
did it go from a
struck
4
the
to a
wall.
5?
Christ, you're already halfway up the wall when you wake up. How do you roll a spell? It depends what the spell is. Anyway,
What you've got to have done is you've got to have punched up in your attack spellcasting bit, and then you can click on it, like that,
Cool.
for example.
right, yeah,
So
so
punch
yeah.
up like a melee attack or something.
That
See-
told me nothing.
Cool. One moment, everyone. So you end up sort of on the roof of this place. It's weirdly sort of flat. You'd expect this place to be a little bit more tilted, but everything sort of... it seems as if everything's planned to be built upon, right? So, there's enough room for another house on top of this, and across the road, there's a bridge here and there everywhere. But give me a quick perception check. You have give it with advantage as well. You have a good position to sort of see down and look through the streets and the bridges and see what's going on at the front gate.
Also, do I just roll it twice?
Yeah, basically roll it like a roll perception, and what you'll get is you get the best of the two results. Oh my God! Well, you still have an advantage rather. So as from your high perch, you look down, you can see that at the gates, there's sort of a clearing at the front. Right? I can sort of see this opening, and it's something in that opening is burning, as if it's not a building or anything.
Okay. Something's on fire down there. We should, I don't know, send the doorstop to go check it out.
Who's the doorstop?
The gnome.
Oh,
Oh, poor gnome.
who's the gnome again?
That's quite rude.
I mean, you're on the
Mr.
roof,
Little.
so I don't know who can hear you.
He's just shouting.
Okay, I yell, doorstop, fire!
Triggered.
Gonna give everyone a look like I thought I was the insane one.
Is he talking to an actual doorstop?
There's
I
a door
can't
stop
tell.
that's on fire.
Apparently, they've got some kind of flaming doorstop going on down there. I don't know.
I don't think we're prepared for that.
Your doorstep is on fire.
It's like the word of mouth. By the time it gets to everyone, it's just like, or gets to the last person.
No,
it's just
no. That's
totally-
what's on fire. It's their flaming doorstop.
Yeah, it's a giant doorstop and
that's-
somebody set it on fire.
That's what I heard. You know.
How you
And
guys
this
are
is
getting this
why
explanation?
communication is excellent. We must communicate clearly and peacefully. So, after a while of sort of confused shouting, who wants to sort of respond to this poor man on the roof?
What?
Why is the doorstep on fire?
There is a fire, and send the gnome to check it out.
Why the gnome?
I don't know, because you can get through the crowd easily.
Can we get to the wall from where we
We can
are?
get trampled very
Like,
easily.
We've got
Send him.
Exactly.
his orphan urchin background, so we can just get through the city streets anyway.
That's very true. For using the rooftops to sort of move across the city, yeah, it's like the rooftops are as much as a road as the road itself is. So, from the sort of the bridges and all that sorts, you could definitely get most of the way there. You know, the gate itself isn't directly connected to the buildings, but you could certainly get to it and then go down.
Is there a way to get to the wall? Like, I assume there's a top of the wall, like a parapet. I forget the
Yeah,
name.
but that's separated off. You know, just stop general miscreants from hopping on the soldiers' wall.
Like us.
Exactly. So, do you guys want to move along the top? You sort of like try and get towards the front gate as a group, or are you sending someone in ahead?
Well, I'm already on the roof, so I could go ahead. And,
I'll start to
scout
climb
it
up with him.
All right.
Yeah,
I do
as
an acrobatic
well.
check, don't I?
Cool. Okay, so I think it's probably Mr. Adrian and sorry, it's Adrian that gets there first. The rest of you are sort of catching up. Maybe some of you taking the bridges, some of you maybe taking the ground, all running to get to this front gate. And he arrives first, and you see where the baggage wagon that you all lead was being kept, sort of in a nice little circle. It now burns with a bright fire. Around of it lie a few of your men dead. There's a dagger, currently one's thrown against the wagon, burning with it. And there's a few others lying seemingly unconscious, and maybe one still wounded to the side. Of your, say, 4 or 5 wagons, 3 of them are burning.
Is one of them my ship?
Maybe that's slightly alight. You know, the flames are licking at it. It's not burning, but it's...
I mean, as soon as
embers are
Torbrick sees
there.
it, he's going to run over to it and basically try and put it out as
all
best
right,
he can.
certainly. So
I'm gonna run over to the wounded guy and see if I can get any information from him.
All right, certainly. So, give me some sort of medicine check to sort of stabilize this guy and get him to talk without rupturing several of his lungs.
Oh, I'll cast Spare the Dying on him.
Well, damn it, magic! Why do you make things so simple? All good.
Speed that up.
Anyway, so yeah, you do just fine, man. So, like, you sit him up, right? You know, you bandage his chest maybe, and he kind of coughs blood at some point, but he straightens up and he goes, "Oh, they came out of nowhere. I'm so sorry, sir." He swallows hard, and then he sort of leans back. He goes, "Oh, they were wild men, like thugs they were. Oh God, they set fire."
Torbrick, how did you leave it with Scraven? Did you piss Scraven off?
No, he seemed...
Did you
Cordial
piss
as
Scraven
ever.
off?
I think Scraven is always pissed off.
Captain, did you piss him off?
I didn't piss him off at all. He seemed cordial as ever.
Describe
Right, yeah,
Scraven as
perception check to
cordial
see if
is
he's
not.
lying.
He definitely pissed
Sounds
him
like
off.
you pissed him off.
I would never describe Scraven as cordial, but alright.
Just this might be very technical, but does the outside of the gate count as woodland or city?
The
In
outside of the
terms of,
gate...
like, Yeah, like
no, definitely inside the gate where this is taking place is all very much city. If you want to track him, or track
just
where
like
these
picking
people went...
contracts.
Yep,
Go
you
into
could
the
could
forest.
certainly do it. It's urban, so instead of looking for a footprint and a broken branch, you're looking for like a broken pot plant and a window that's been thrown open. You're looking
What
for
I'm
like
thinking,
the
like, if-
shop that they've cut through.
It's happened around the gate, so I'm assuming this is my thought here that they've come from outside. So outside the gate is not like I guess maybe that's also like farmland or
Well, the gate was locked in the evening, wasn't it?
Yeah, indeed, it's very usually kept closed. It's very it's like it's opened to let people in and out, and then other times it's just kept shut. So you could ask the
It's
gate
more like
guards,
this,
but
I
yeah,
get like a bonus out in woodland.
yeah, you wouldn't be getting the bonus here. Do you want to give me a tracking roll to sort of see which way they went?
Yeah, that's perception, right? Still, or is it survival? I
It'll
forget.
be survival. It's a tracking roll. There we go. All right. Let me just check this out.
While he's looking for tracks and
Yep.
broken pots, that sort of stuff, I'm scouting the actual crowd. I assume there's a crowd there.
Yeah. It's still
Yeah,
pretty early in the
basically-
morning, right? Everyone's still waking up. So those that are sort of maybe, little Timmy's going to run down to the baker's to get a sweet. Yeah, the Smith's up early, and they're all just sort of slowly going, why is that? Oh, shit. And there's just this big fire going on by the main gate. Okay, so this town, by the way, for those of you who are unaware, is built sort of around a little creek that runs through it. The walls entrap it in, that means it grows up rather than out. And the trail, Zarmus, leads you towards this creek. You can sort of see they've ducked through a building here. They've heard a guard coming one way, and they've suddenly kicked a door open. You can see the lock's broken, and they've run through this, and you sort of continue to follow it up for a while. But around about, you reach a warehouse on the creek's edge. It seems to have basically just using the creek as a little bit of power to maybe crush some grain inside. But as far as you're aware, it's just a pretty large warehouse. But the tracks seem to terminate here.
Is the door closed to the warehouse? Or a door, like
You know
gate,
what?
whatever.
No. It's opening because someone's walking in and out. Maybe maybe that's what they're doing. They're making some flour. They're pouring some grain in, crushing it.
Well, someone's inside the warehouse already.
Yeah, there's just a worker
Oh,
there,
okay.
just yawning and going. Maybe if he sees you, goes, how can I help you? Oh.
Did you see anyone pass through here?
He goes, what? This is my friend. He's out back hauling more grain, but no one else. He sort of scratches his ass and continues walking.
Well, I mentally note the warehouse and I walk back for now.
All right,
So I don't want
perfect.
to go checking these people alone.
Cool. Now, Mr. Super, you were investigating the crowd, were you?
Yeah, what's if anyone actually see anything? Just like if anyone's acting all shifty, like as if trying to work out if they're actually
Oh.
shocked about the fire, or if they actually realised it was there already.
Sure. Give me a perception check for that. You can do it with charisma if you want, if that's your better stat. But you basically just
Oh, we're both shit.
they're both shit. Well, never mind. Yeah, no, it looks pretty much like a bunch of people just... It's a combination of, oh my god, there's a fire, and oh, hell yeah, there's a fire, let's have a look at the fire, oh man. It's that pretty normal weirdo combination of any city and town. I can do this, I can just send that to back. There we are. Anyway,
Is it just our wagons, or are there more wagons set on fire?
there's not too many other wagons here at the moment. Seems I think the merchant Jamie's her stuff's been put away. She's either sold her wagons or otherwise put them into storage. There's a few horses nearby. They're sort of freaking out and panicking, but yeah, it seems to be just your wagons lit and burning down. So speaking of, give me a quick roll. All right, who wants to be the lead? Who wants to lead the team in putting out the fires? Well,
I said Tobris would, try and put out the fire on his ship as best as
sure.
possible.
Just give me a d20. I'll give you advantage on it because you've obviously got the team there to help you as you quickly work to put out the fires before it consumes your little cabin. That is prestidigitation.
What do you do?
I make a very tiny light and it hovers in the air.
I was going to have a look at.
I add to the fire.
Snuff out a candle
You
towards
want to
a small
stop out a small
campfire.
campfire?
Instantly snuffs out a small campfire.
So what I'm
Yes.
saying is that it's only one action, and if we break it up into a series of small campfires, I can just put them all out.
Okay,
I
so
don't know if that's how it works, mate.
look, you can
I'm
help.
pretty sure you'll run out of spells by then.
I'm pressing.
It's a cantrip.
I don't know if that's how it works.
Well, look, you can.
You could-
Sure, let's do it like this, right? You're still going to be helping. Yeah, Tolbert, can I get those 2d20s? You're still going to be helping.
Oh wait, what did
but
you want?
The
Because I
2d20s.
cut out for a bit. What do you
All
want me to
good.
roll? Oh, just straight up.
Yeah,
Okay.
just roll me those. Yeah, you'd still be helping. It's just instead of putting things out with a bucket, you're just putting it out with prestidigitation. It's not any faster. It's just kind of fancy.
Alright.
Oh, okay,
It's
good.
like a
Let's
force
work.
push. You just blow out the little bits of it.
Thank God for advantage. So, I think you have it's called the caravan was a 5. You had the sleeping wagon. You had some storage. You had the one you used for heads at some point. It was originally used for food when you ate it all up. Then you have the main, caravan, the lead, as it is, the bridge from which Torbrick commands this army. You save that. It's sort of burned now. It's got the little flame licks on the side. However, you lose 2 of the caravans all up as they just crumble in the fire. You could probably sell the bits and pieces for materials to sort of try and pay for a new one, but these 2 wagons are just destroyed. And the last one, you sort of just barely put it out before it falls to pieces, so now you got a sort of damaged wagon, but at least it still functions.
I think you said only 3 of them were on fire.
Indeed, yeah, but remember, yours wasn't on fire. It was just, it was nearly, it was licking. Had you not interceded, your poor baby would have caught alight.
Terrible.
Indeed.
Terrible.
So you're left with 3 wagons now, one of which is the giant captain's wagon, one of which is the sleeping wagon, and now you've just got a single spare wagon. What do you guys want to do?
Have I returned yet, or am I still out in the town?
Sure. You've returned by this point.
Yeah.
Part of me just wanted to screw a Dizzle.
Oh god.
Let me guess.
Poor doorstop. Rightio.
Well,
So,
I go to Torbreak, straight away. Unless, I go to Torbreak. I tracked the trail as far as I could through this town. It's not what I'm used to, but it seems to lead to a warehouse down by the creek.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, maybe it's
I've just thought.
that the lords of the town are sort of approaching, and guards as well, and they're sort of like, oh, clear aside, and all that sort of thing.
So with fire, it tends to struggle inside fog, doesn't it? Because of the lack of oxygen, and it's quite damp and humid.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yes.
So I could technically cast fog cloud over the fire
You
and
could,
really slow it down.
if we
think we've
hadn't
already put it out, haven't we?
rolled for what was going to happen with the fire. So, sorry.
Yeah, hindsight's a bitch.
It's not a bad idea, using fog to put out a fire. I mean, it's very localized, but we'll see for next time. Anyway, so maybe it's Varor pushing his way through. He's a head higher than most others. He's sort of stepping through. He's out of his armor at the moment. He's just in these robes. And he goes, What happened here?
I'd be inclined if you could tell me. This is your town. You're the masters of this town, are you not?
Yeah, he's like...
Where are your guards? How did this happen?
He sort of stops for a moment. He's almost like personally offended. He sort of like holds his tongue. He's like, right. I'm not sure how this has happened, but rest assured we'll send our guards on it immediately. When did you see this? When did this fire occur? Was it during the... No, kind of... And then maybe like one of the peasants nearby, and they're like, oh, I saw it. It was in the early morning. He's like, all right, wait. We'll figure this out later. And he starts to yell at guards to sort of send them off searching. And
I relay what I found to Baron, like the warehouse.
The warehouse? Oh, all right. He sort of cocks his head for a moment. And he goes, "I'm sorry, the brothers where? What do you mean the tracks ended there?"
I didn't enter the warehouse. It was occupied by workers, and whoever did this, I didn't want to face them on my own. But they ended there.
Yeah, he nods for a moment and goes, the Steiner brothers, they're all right.
Like Stoner brothers.
Steiner, rather.
Oh, okay.
They're not about to
That's not the
burn down a wagon, even for a bit of coin. They're just rather lazy, and he sort of grumbles slightly to himself.
Is it possible that someone sailed up the river, entered through the warehouse, and went to the gate?
He barks a laugh at that. And he's, there's nothing more than a creek. To get through the grill, no, you have to cut through several iron bars, and beyond that, there's even a magical ward to warn us if anyone's trying to sneak through. We've had monsters come through there before, so we've reinforced it well. Oh, just ask Grav. He sort of chuckles to himself.
Would we be allowed to check out this grate and this magical ward, or we need Grav's permission?
He sort of groans. He's like, "Oh, you could, under Grav's watchful eye, and just be careful you don't scratch anything, as it may be."
Do you mind if I go and speak to these Steiner brothers?
And he says, No, of course, off you go. I'll separate the crowds off here. We need to get people working again and not gawking.
What are the other ins and outs of the cities? Are we just talking gate? Do you have sewers going around? Is there any other way these guys could have got in and out?
Yeah, maybe this point Grab turns up, and well, actually, no. I suppose Roll will still explain it. He goes,
It was a griffin.
"It flew in from above." No, he goes, "Yes, we have a sewer of sorts, but the entire point of the sewer is that it's separated from the city. No one should be able to access it unless they're going to climb up a very, very small poo pipe."
Well,
I'm not going to
pyromaniac
sewer.
He sort of
rats.
looks slightly at the gnome, and he goes, "Like that's small."
Unless they had a spell to make them smaller, it probably wasn't them, because our guy said it was humans, or men, at least.
It was a druid. He had a weasel and he casted a flame spell through it. That's all. There you go.
I mean, or
It
just
was
wild
spontaneous combustion.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
I suppose we should try and check out this warehouse first, or the grate. Either one of the two.
I'd say if they've run to the warehouse, we should check out the warehouse. If they're still going to be in the city and that's where the tracks lead, I mean, it's a good thing that they might still be around there.
Yeah, it's the most obvious place to check.
And we can try and pick up tracks from there, if possible.
All right. So you guys are gonna head all across as a band.
Before
to
we
the
leave,
warehouse.
I'd turn to Baron.
Mhm.
This night, maybe I should be scouting outside the walls, anyways, instead of last night.
He sort of grumbles and he's like, we'll see. Anyway, and with that he turns and he starts to shout at the guards and direct them, and sort of he's getting people to clean up the mess and keep an eye on everything. He's doubling the watch as it may be. So you all, a few moments later, it's not too far away. It's maybe 5 minutes walk. You reach this little warehouse on the creek, and it's sort of the brothers are there now. They're a little bit more awake. And they sort of go, maybe they see you approaching from a little while away, and they're already standing out front by the time you arrive, this big band of you. Alright, what can I help you with then? You were by earlier, weren't you?
Yes. I point to Torbert. This is... Oh, give me a second. I'll find the name. I think that...
People put their names at the bottom where their character sheets are. Well, on the Roll20 page. Like Flourish has got his,
Yeah.
Jack has got his.
Yeah, I was just thinking the full name, because I forget if Torbert was like the first name or the last name.
It's his first name.
I
It's
need
on the
to
character
refresh
sheet.
quick.
Yeah, this is Torbert Grimgar, my boss, I suppose. We might have some questions for you, because it seems that whoever torched the front gate came through your warehouse.
And the other brother sort of looks over and goes, no one been through here. We didn't do it. I'm not a narcissist.
I was going to do an insight check, but I think it's not needed.
You could certainly try. Give me an insight check.
It's not. Yes, it's not my forte.
Yeah, you don't
Guy
know.
seems fucking clueless. They don't even need to do an inside check to tell
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Exactly. It's like I don't really need. He doesn't seem
Yeah.
like this sort.
Maybe
Can I
the other brother
persuade him?
smiles and he's like, look, we've really got to get back to doing our work. People have jobs around here no matter what goes on. Is there anything else I can help you with, or are you just going to harass me and my brother all day?
Can I persuade him to let us go into his warehouse and check it out?
Sure, what are you going to say to him? You can roll persuasion, but what will you sort of say to try and get him to let you in?
I'll say, look, kind sir, we really ought to check your warehouse out to look for the arsonist. We are not saying that you are the arsonist or the suspect or anything, but we saw tracks that lead to the warehouse and need to check it out.
Maybe you sort of play up the angle of, it's not that you did it, it's that whoever did it is now hiding in the place you live. and you should be terrified of the people who
Do you want your warehouse burnt down?
Yeah, basically that sort of thing. You're playing the criminals are in your house. Perfect. Give me that persuasion roll. Oof.
Jesus
rough.
Christ.
Maybe the other brother sort of looks over and goes, I could use a break for about 5 minutes, and it's like, hey, wait, just right. He sort of thinks 5 minutes. 5 minutes. That's all. You understand? And then you're out.
Yes, it'll be. We won't take too long.
He sort of looks at you and grumbles. Yeah, too long for this. The brother's like, oh, no, it's a break, and just sort of flops down on the floor.
Just wherever he's standing.
He's ogre magi, pretty much. I guess.
Who's the best?
I was kind of thinking
we won't
this
send
was like
everyone in.
Fred and George.
Certainly. A little bit less Fred and George, and a little bit more Fred and George when he's been dropped on his head. So,
a bit more like George and Lenny, I think.
Yes, Lenny. That's what the
Think
name
about
I
the
was
rabbits.
thinking about. Lenny. Sorry.
Perfect. Yeah, so you guys enter this warehouse. It's pretty much, there's grains and different types of food stacked here. It seems they're basically just the food storage for the area. They sort of work it, they pack it together, and they keep it for the cold winters. There's a wall directly opposite you, and this wall creates a sort of like a central pillar in the middle of the warehouse. So if you were to go around it, there's this big square in the center of the warehouse, and then you have all the shelves along it and along the walls as well. And then in a little corner of the room as well, you have the little what's called the grinding stone, where you can crush all your grain to make your flour. What do you guys want to do?
I want to check this middle pillar, because if it's as large as what you're saying, it seems a bit abnormal for a warehouse. It's taking up excess space, so it sounds like there might be something about that.
Oh yeah. Since a lot of you are scanning, the way we're going to roll perception if we're ever moving as a group is we're going to take whoever has the highest, and we give them advantage for everyone else helping, because otherwise we have 10 million perception rolls. So who's got the highest? Magnet, you got the highest.
Who's the highest wisdom?
I think Yimu has more than me. I got 4. No, I think Rob has more than me. I've got 4
I have
perception.
5.
Well, there you go. All right, so Rob, roll perception with advantage, which means you take the higher of the two numbers, and you're going to lead the investigation. Ooh.
Okay, guys.
Oh,
I
sorry,
perceive
20.
something.
No, there we go. So it's 20, not to worry. So yeah, it's something you notice immediately. There's no doors in this center part, and it's too wide to just be a support pillar. There's something in here, and it's sort of, you can confirm your suspicion when you lean forwards and you wrap it, and it's hollow. This center pillar is not just a pillar.
I'm going to walk over to the dumb one and say, "Hey, buddy, what's with the pillar over there?"
He says, "Oh, what? George, nothing."
It holds up the building.
He just sort of shuts his mouth as if he's been slapped, like he knew he wasn't meant to say anything.
I'm going to look him down and say, "Now listen, son, we're looking for an arsonist who burned down several of our wagons. I think it'd be in your best interest if you just tell us what you know. That way no one will get hurt."
He's got his hand like clapped over his mouth. He's like,
I mean, we could always let Steinholler take a swing at it. Let's see if it's really hollow.
I mean, of course we could knock a big hole in it, but I'd rather avoid that.
That's no fun.
Yeah, this guy's currently
It's not
shaking.
gonna get us
If you want to sort of,
in
you
the
could
best
try and,
graces.
you could intimidate or persuade him to.
That's what I was trying to do.
Well, then give me that roll. But as it is, he's pretty shell shocked. He's like, "Oh fuck, I've done."
That's not great.
Nah.
Yeah, he's like
He's
double.
more afraid of his brother.
Yeah, he's double your size, but he's still terrified of his brother. He sort of like glances over at his brother. Maybe his brother is moving a grain sack at the time, and you're sort of like catching him when they're separated, and he's like, and he sort of starts shifting back over to where his brother is.
All right.
I have a spell, Thaumaturgy, because I'm a tiefling, and one of the things it does is open an unlocked door or window, but like you cause it to open, but we don't know if there's a door in this thing or where it is, so I don't know if it would work.
No,
I cast Thaumaturgy on the
That wouldn't work.
You would have to know
Yeah.
where the door is
Yeah, exactly.
to cast Thaumaturgy on it. Yeah.
I just think as much.
Does
I suppose
anyone
the question is, does anyone have any spells that could be useful here?
It depends. Would Rimmy let me use command to order this guy to open it?
You could. You could just
Yeah,
command
yeah,
fucking
command
George to
is-
open it.
Is command one word, I believe, or is it just a full control?
I think it's one word.
Yeah,
You just point at
so
the thing and say, "Oh no, it wouldn't really work, would it?" Because it's
I've
something
got-
like kneel, run.
I've
No,
got
just
charm
tell him to
it
open.
depends. Yeah, because it depends. Obviously, if it's open, then it could be open what, right?
Open your mouth.
Okay, you speak one word.
Could I-
Point at the pillar and say, "Oh,
It has no effect. Some typical commands and their effects follows. Yada yada yada. Yeah, it's approach, drop, flee, grovel, halt. Yeah, it has to be. It clearly has to be very direct. So you'd have to maybe get him to the pillar, then cast command on him, and then be like open, because that'd be the closest openable thing. Even
I
then,
mean, he might just open his mouth though.
I mean,
he might just open a crate next to him. It's that sort of thing. You gotta.
I just sort of look
unless
around
we
and
use
say,
entrance.
"Well, who wants to try and talk to him?"
I could talk to him. Talk to him. I don't know. Open it for us.
Maybe go for the smarter brother instead.
Or we just set the other brother on fire, and then we just talk to the other one.
I
Who's
mean, we
actually
could
shitting
obviously
himself.
blow a hole in it, but I don't think Varroa would appreciate that.
We could just be the
or-
arsonists.
We could become the arsonists now. We need to.
Oh, there's a good campaign
Wait,
in
we
that.
could we could search it. I mean,
Could I?
we haven't
Yeah,
really
I was going
tried
to say.
searching it to see if we can find an entrance.
It's
a
like,
brick.
see, I told you there's arsonists in this place. It's us. Ah.
Can I cast minor illusion on the pillar so it sounds like something breaks inside there and they go check it out?
Inside? Oh, alright. So, minor illusion obviously makes a noise. So, what you're going to do is you're going to try and get them to break. Are you basically like targeting the pillar? So, it sounds like something inside the pillar breaks, or what?
Yeah, I'm targeting the pillar, so it's something inside there. It sounds like something inside there break.
Alright. I'm going to give them a quick save against. So, you obviously create that little illusion. This loud cracking sound rebounds, and they're going to try and make a little save against it. So, first brother, second
Before
brother.
nat 20.
Okay, so the first dumb brother sitting on the ground is completely oblivious to this. And the second one hears this crack and goes, what the fuck? And he sprints and he goes, what are you doing to my warehouse?
What's inside the pillar? That's where the noise came from.
He sort of like stops for a moment. He's like, it's structural. What was that crack? Did you break something? And he starts like just shout and like sort of stomp through you. He's doing that thing where he thinks he's in control, so he's like just shouldering past you and is like looking at random shit. Like, did this make the noise? No. How about this? Did this make the noise? He's just going a bit quick.
We haven't done anything. We are just standing here. It's something happened to that pillar. I don't know.
He sort of looks back and fixes you with an angry gaze. He's like, what was that noise?
I'm going to walk over to him and grab him and say, "You tell us now. What are you hiding?"
Oh, that sounds like an
Trying to intimidate
intimidation check.
Mm-hmm. Shit! Natural one.
He's gonna laugh in your face and kick you in the crotch.
I think what happens here is as you do this, you hear a cry from the front of the warehouse, and in walks
His brother
Varroa.
just fucking lays me out.
I mean, that was an option.
Lenny just lays me out.
In walks Varroa with a few guards, and he looks at you and goes, Torbrecht, put him down.
I'm a dwarf. I can't pick him up.
Let go of his scruff. It's very threatening.
Something's not right about this pillar. Listen. And I tap on it, and it makes obviously, it's
He
hollow.
says, I believe, and he sort of points to the brother who's freaking out outside, you've done enough damage here. Just because you've been hurt today doesn't mean you have to hurt others. Out. All of you.
Can I stealth to hide in while this is going on? So to investigate after we've been kicked out.
Certainly. Give me that roll. Holy shit.
Yeah, he hides. He's literally standing
Disguise
right in
yourself
front of you, and you're hidden.
as the fucking box. Perfect. And so yeah,
Fucking
you
solid
slip
snake in
in,
here.
like you basically, as you're like walking out, you see one of the grain boxes open, and you just slide right in. and the top clicks down as as everyone else stomps out. Maybe Torbrick's angry muttering covers your
grumble out, mumbling about ineffective guards and useless fucking gates.
Perfect. It's probably only when you get back to the inn, or maybe like half a street away, that you realise that Adrian has disappeared, just so quietly, just doosh into the night. And Adrian, what happens is Varol sort of walks in. You hear some talking between him and the brothers, and they sort of they argue back and forth for a bit. And Varol goes, oh, you shouldn't antagonize them, and they oh, they came here, they were smashing my stuff, he was going on. And then he's like, look at my brother, he's scared. And anyway, that continues for a while. And eventually, Varor and the guards leave, leaving the two brothers there. And as soon as that happens, the older brother, the one who isn't quite so dumb, just goes off on the younger brother, screaming at him. You hear a few slaps, and sort of like, this brother could probably break him, but he is just going ham on him. And the dumber brother's just taking it and sitting down. You hear a few sobs here and there. And after a moment, the older brother straightens up. He puffs, and he's like, get the fuck out of here. Right. He walks over, and you're hiding in a crate, right? You've got this little lid covering the top of you. He walks up to you, afraid for a moment he's going to open your crate. But then he just slides the crate next to you back, and you hear a click next to you. And give me a perception check. Holy shit. I know where all our 20s are going, boys.
I forget where the odds of that are. It's like
1 in 400.
It's pretty
Is
good.
it? I thought it was like over 1,000 to get the same roll twice like that.
No, it's 1 in 400.
1 in 400.
To get the same roll
20
twice.
times 1 in 20. Well,
Either way,
yeah.
it's really good.
Yeah.
So, you basically
one specific roll twice.
this thing clicks, and you have this perfect little eye hole in this corner. It's called box. It's as if someone just drilled it perfectly for you, right at eye height. You see the brother, and this little wall next to him, a gap in between the shelves opens. It swings in. He steps in, and for a moment, you are rather confused. You see a table. You see some flagons of ale. You see some bread on the table. You can almost hear some music even. It's a little bit quiet, but someone's playing a sea shanty. And you see cloaked figures inside. You see one without it. And the first thing you notice when this sort of door swings open, and just before it swings shut, is you hear the clatter of dice and the shuffling of cards. Then it swings shut again.
They're playing D&D.
Matter.
Actually, I suppose this is the super Puritan society D&D's banned here. Causes all these dark demons. You start worshipping the dragon gods. It's horrendous. It goes against Pelor. But there you go. So do you want to sort of hang around in the box a little longer and hope people come back and find you, or are you going to link up with them?
I'm going to leave and inform the party of what I've just seen, so we can go back and actually smash a hole in the wall this time. If Captain allows.
I mean, I'm all for it, but Varol's not going to be happy. He's already told us to get the fuck out. If we go in there and actually smash a hole in it.
So what do I have to
the other lords?
stealth roll to leave, or do I just leave?
You're good enough. The main reason there's no one watching you leave is the only other person still outside is the brother, and you just sort of quietly walk past. You hear his silent sobs as he just sort of shakes. You pass through pretty easily. And a few moments later, you all meet back up at the inn where you were originally staying the night. Maybe, what was his name? I'm trying to remember, I think it was James, the bartender. He sort of nods at you and he's like, terrible business out. What was all that about, out by the front gate? Haven't left here yet.
Wagons burned down.
He groans, he's like, ugh.
Seems your city of the light isn't as secure as Grav would have everyone believe.
He says, he sort of leans forwards, and he goes, there's places you can go that, they say there's no light in those places. It's a little bit darker in this city, but I wouldn't know. You wouldn't have heard that from me. And he sort of straightens back up, and he's like, sorry, what can I get you? Anything for breakfast?
Oh, a flagon of ale.
He nods. He starts
For breakfast.
drawing one. Of course.
I'm a dwarf.
To be fair though, back in the oldie days, most drinks were alcohol because it wasn't poison,
Yeah,
unlike
true.
the water.
It was
So
all
just-
alcohol. It was weak
yeah.
as shit, though.
Yeah,
it was
like
weak,
brackish
weak,
water
weak
and stuff like
alcohol as instead of water because the water would kill you. Anyway,
I just think more like only beer.
I'm a dwarf.
so yeah, it's maybe a few moments later as this little breakfast meet goes on that Adrian walks in through the door. It's all up to you. What do you want to say?
Yeah, I just informed. I saw something pretty interesting for my little box. If anyone missed me at all.
Who are you?
All right, fine. I'll leave, shall I?
I think he's the stabby bastard, isn't he?
I am the sneaky bastard, apparently.
A resident sneaky bastard.
I
Clap
should
him on the back.
crucify him.
What do you
He's
see?
so good at what he does that we just have never seen it before. We
Cut off
literally
his
don't know who he is.
Yeah. After you all left, there was actually something behind that wall. Bit of gambling going on, maybe, but he definitely, the other brother, definitely walked behind that wall. So
Interesting. Interesting
I-
indeed.
And I think our
about
faithful
the opinion
lord
of
of the
gambling?
city,
In this town.
I'm not sure, but they did have words, the brother and our lord of the city, before he left, after you were all kicked out. So, I don't know. Shifty.
This intrigue doesn't sit well. Rather not get involved, but they've sort of forced us.
Also, probably means it's not related to the Great.
But is this gambling related to the arson, or is it coincident?
I don't know, Matt. I just know that there was definitely something behind that wall.
All right, well, good work, good work. A flag in the veil for him as well.
Bartender nods and he brings out one as well. Good business and all
Might
that.
I suggest something?
Was gambling illegal in this town?
Yes, it is.
I could try to go back tonight after,
Flag
you
in the
know,
veil?
the brothers leave. Check it out.
I have a slightly better idea.
Is it burn it down? Please tell me it's burn it down.
I mean, if you don't get caught,
You're a
who are they
monster.
to know?
Do you know that? You're a monster. No. My plan is quite simple. But we just have somebody apologise to the brothers, offer to buy them a beverage to lure them away from their warehouse. Then the rest of the party can just do whatever the hell they want in there. No one will know.
Genius.
And we can just claim that somebody broke in afterwards.
If anything, I can sweet talk them.
Genius.
I can get us back in.
Can I make a point
Mm-hmm.
of wandering off at some point when I wasn't doing anything and doing
finding
me
a
a find
familiar.
familiar?
Certainly. Mark off 10 GP.
Yep,
And what sort of familiar do you want to find?
there's all of my gold gone.
Jesus. So yeah, what sort of familiar are you looking for? It's I believe was it hawk, weasel, rat, crow,
You can have a bat.
bat.
Quasit.
Cool.
Oh,
Because you
excuse
get
me.
sonar
What?
and stuff like that.
I
Echolocation.
think you can get a quasit.
Why would you want a
That
quasit?
might only be the Warlock one.
Can you get a pseudo dragon? Or am I
Just
thinking
keep in
of
mind,
something
you
I
can
think
see
your bunch
you can-
want a quasit.
You can see the world around you through it. And
So
stuff.
if I choose a rat, how big is said rat? Is that normal
Size
rat
of
size?
I was going to say rat size, yeah.
Anything Harry Potter.
It's
What I'm
bigger
asking,
than a
Dark
mouse.
Can I
Dungeon
ride
size,
it?
you know, it's like a
No,
huge-
you
Can I
can't
ride
ride a
it?
rat.
It is
You can't
not
ride a rat, but
it's
you
not a
can
rodent
ride a
of
mastiff.
unusual size. All right.
rat
What
man.
about, what about a lizard? Would a lizard be big enough for me to
A
ride? maybe?
lizard
No.
is like a pocket lizard. Like it'll fit
There's
in your
nothing.
pocket.
None of your familiars are big enough for you to ride.
Like, unless you're
All
like
right,
a
in
small
that-
creature and you had like a wolf, but I don't think a wolf's
In that case, I'll have a weasel.
Bizzle, you can have an octopus.
I'll have a weasel.
Octopus.
You can have a
sure you don't want
seahorse.
A seahorse. Wow.
I don't know why you can have a seahorse.
I know
Have a crab.
as a range you can have a dolphin for no apparent reason as your animal companion.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking of the Warlock one you get from Pact of the Chain. You can have a quasit or an
You
imp.
can
something
use an
ridiculous.
action to change its form anyway.
Yeah.
So I want it to be a weasel. I'd like it to be a celestial
Perfect.
weasel, I think.
All right, so this sort of you go for a wander. Maybe you sort of disappear into the few gardened areas of this city, and
Oh, it's some weird ritual, isn't it? You've got to burn some stuff in a brazier,
Yeah.
and it just appears.
actually that's a good point. You have to sort of maybe you're by the side of a road, and it's a really bad day for it. You're setting a fire.
Kaima.
You're burning up charcoal and incense. Maybe a little child run past and goes arson, arson, arson as he runs off into the distance.
And,
You just
and
To be
you-
fair,
you walk up to a
Lord
Yeah,
Duncan looks like a little child himself.
I imagine a wall guard would have a brazier for the walls.
Indeed, they would.
mean-
but I'm thinking you just sort of
There's
take
light,
on
there's
the
no
road.
there's no fire. There's just
I
light.
go
everywhere.
up to the walls, and I just run up. I start chucking stuff in and burning this incense and
Just go on,
charcoal
quick,
and
quick.
herbs. And then just
It also takes an
and then
hour,
Just a
so-
weasel rises out of the fire, and I sprint off into the distance with my weasel.
Does he gather a crowd doing this for a whole hour? Like,
I think you sort of
what's he doing in the
hide.
brazier?
Like Benny Hilling around the walls for an hour as the guards
Yeah,
try
maybe
and catch
maybe
me.
for a whole hour. It's you do the first burning and then
Casting
someone
as a
spots you.
ritual.
Yes, it's a ritual cast.
He's ritually running around the place.
I'm just-
His arms are flailing.
I find the
wildly,
idea
but
kind of
to him,
hilarious that you
it's
drop it in
Then
and
it
then
takes 6 hours.
Oh, it
Oh,
takes
shit.
6. He's up all night.
I
flailing
think
his
it
arms.
takes 6 times as.
Does it? Let me have a look.
I
Let me
thought it
look
was an
up.
hour.
Yeah, it says it's an hour, but I can't find
Yeah,
my
the
thing on
casting
ritual
time, 1
casting.
hour. Right?
I'll
Yeah,
find
the
it
casting,
somewhere.
that's the normal casting time. If you
I'll
cast
say
it
ritual casting time.
it only takes 10 minutes longer. My bad. I thought it took
Uh,
10 times as long.
You
Oh, that would be
can
fun.
cast a wizard spell as a ritual if your spell has the ritual tag. That's helpful.
Yeah. No,
Oh.
it takes 10 minutes longer.
Okay, so
I thought the
hour
book was
10
on.
minutes.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So no, here it was.
thought it was a
You could be a
multiplier.
bat, cat, crab, frog, toad, hawk, lizard, octopus, owl, poisonous snake, fish, quipper, rat, raven,
Poisonous
sea-
steak. Give me a
seahorse,
steak.
Poisonous
Spider.
snake.
weasel.
If I get a lizard,
Not a poisonous steak.
can I get a
Oh, so
skink?
much cooler.
Can I have a skink?
You could have a lizard. Yeah,
They're
that's actually a
adorable.
skink.
Fuck,
Yeah.
you know.
universe.
You
Go
can
to
get the
skink, I'm gonna
hawk.
find an orc and have it fucking blitz it straight away.
Let's go to town.
Should get a honey
They
badger.
can't attack anyway. I can't have a honey badger.
What you should get, what you should do is you should get the hawk, so the hawk can then pick you up and then go skeleton
I
above
like
the
the
top.
idea we're all having this conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, get this, get this.
Get a Tasmanian devil.
Yeah, but what's the
course.
carry weight of a hawk? What's the carry weight of a
What is the
unladen
unladen? Wait, no. Jesus, we're
The
not going
hawk
into
probably
that.
carry about 40 kilograms.
He gets a miniature pony.
Figure that out, actually.
Because
15
I
times its
only
strength.
weigh. Where is it? I only weigh 38 pounds.
I can't imagine a hawk has much strength. Isn't it like one?
It's probably only
well,
if
An
it's more
African
than
or
one.
an American hawk.
I mean,
if a
some
The
hawk-
hawk
hawks
has a
like
strength of
Oh
5.
no!
What?
A hawk can.
It can carry
carry a
up
lot
to
of
60
weight.
pounds.
That means it can carry
Yeah,
60 pounds, which
so a
means it can
hawk
carry
carry
Bizzle.
me.
Yes.
Okay, hawk. It's a hawk.
And that way you can just shock and grass.
You know what? You know
Fly
what?
away.
I will allow that, but you realize that every time that hawk picks you up, there's a 99%
rolling
chance you will
for it.
plummet to your death and die horribly.
Yes.
Or you're gonna get dropped.
You have to
over
get a
rock's
tinker to
nest.
make you a harness or something. You have
God.
to find a
Oh,
tinker
can
so
I
you
have
can
a
make your
hawk
harness.
harness?
The hawk's gonna. You can't ride
Budget
it, you
flight
fucking
spell.
pleb.
How do you only weigh 35 pounds?
I'm pretty sure he's the
Is
most
that-
anorexic gnome known to man.
No, that's about normal for a gnome. They are not big.
Yeah, they're pretty small.
All right.
But did you
perfect.
ask me or?
They're not like
Yeah,
barrel
average about
shaped
40
like
pounds.
dwarves are. They're just normal people, but about a sixth the size.
Since
Yeah.
it's not a mount, I would imagine that you probably couldn't always be riding it. It'd be like
No.
short distance
No,
flight.
you
Yeah.
can't ride the hawk. You won't be able. You'll interfere with its wings, and it's flying.
It'll be-
You will not. It will
No,
not
no,
take
no,
off.
no.
Yeah, but it
the
can
hawk
pick
He'll
me
be
up with
stuck
a
on the
fast
edge of the
talons.
ravine,
Yeah.
and then he'll call
Yeah.
in the eagles, and his hawk will swoop down and grab his arm and carry him away, and probably drop him to his
Con-
death.
Should we
The-
say
the
he can
Eagles,
do
the
like
band.
an extra long jump using the hawk?
Yeah.
Tony
It's
Hawk.
like an assisted jump. It gets rid of some of his weight, and so he just free falls. Kind
Jesus.
of.
It requires the hawk to catch him midair, so he's still got the acrobatics roll.
I think what happens is, you're doing this ritual, you're making it on the wall, and eventually the guards corner you, and just as the ritual finishes, the hawk flies out. You leap off the wall, it grabs your arm, and just swoop down to the floor, and you go
Okay,
running away
glides
into the
down.
city.
If I'm getting a hawk, I want it to be a fey hawk.
Sure.
Feyhawk.
Yeah.
Also, I had to record all this in the fucking session notes.
Yes, of course.
Argued about what kind of familiar I should have.
A band
Perfect.
plays the
Very
big harp.
positive.
Turns out a hawk can pick up a gnome.
All right, so the hour passes and everyone recovers back at the inn. It's now probably around midday, sort of noonish. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to go talk to Varor about the job, or are you going to continue to hunt down this group of people?
I still think we should burn it down, but
Burning down is not the option. We are not here to.
Do you want to
cast
go
trouble.
back and do more work for Scraven?
I mean we should at
No.
least
Because if you
see
don't,
what's
then
we should see what's
we
on
don't
the
want
other
to
side of that
alienate
wall.
these guys.
I can get us back in. We can find out what's on the other side of that wall. We can at least deal with our caravans being burned down.
It sounds like they were
Maybe
just
if we
gambling,
go-
to be honest.
How about we do this on 3 fronts? One person will distract the two brothers. Some our best stealths will go and have a look at the wall. The rest of us do this job that he wants.
No. The job is like a multi-day adventure away from town.
Yeah, the job's the
Go deal with the ogre.
Kill the ogres.
ogres. That's the one. Yeah.
Maybe we can try get the other lords to go check this place out.
Maybe we could just hire the ogres to just.
I mean,
I mean,
we know how to get in.
I
this
think
thing.
we should actually see what's on the other side of the wall first, just in case we get the other lords there, and it is just like a bit of a gambling den, and then we're left red-faced.
I mean, I don't know if gambling's legal in this town.
Yeah, it's not actually
We
legal.
don't
So we could
care.
just report it.
Gonna lean over to James. James, is gambling legal here?
And he kind of looks at you incredulous. He's like, "Excuse? Of course not. God no.
We didn't think
Were
so.
you thinking of?" And he's like, "Right,
No, of course not.
not in my
Of course
bar."
not. Of course not. Christ, no.
He
He says as he pulls out a deck of cards.
I just sort of thumb the deck of cards back into my pocket. It wouldn't have been for money.
He goes, "No gambling. Out. Let's go. Come on."
All right.
always
Well,
get
I
us
mean-
kicked out of bars.
I didn't get us kicked out of the bar.
He's not.
Gets
He's
kicked
just-
out
he's
everywhere.
Like, he's
Yeah,
going,
we
go on,
left.
go on.
It's
I
like-
got
it's
kicked
like the
out of the
other bar.
warehouse. I got us kicked out of the warehouse.
I think we should deal with the
Someone
ogres.
else
I mean,
wants to
the gambling is just like, what? Why does that matter to us? We won't get paid.
Because somebody's
Because they
Went after
burned
us.
down our wagons.
yeah.
They don't pay taxes.
It's too much of a coincidence to just be chance.
Yeah.
I'm in agreement with Torbrecht on this one.
Is it worth dealing with the anarcho-capitalist gamblers, or like?
I mean,
That's their name now. They used to have a gang name. Now they're just the anarcho-capitalist gamblers.
They don't pay taxes.
You're not wrong. All right. Well, how are we
look at
going
it
to do
this way:
this?
if
We
we
want to
get
send someone to invite them to drinks because Tobrith going is a bad idea.
yeah,
I can go.
Might be best. Yeah.
I have high persuasion and deception.
You go and take the weedy cleric with you.
I wouldn't recommend myself because my
I'm
red skin kind of
offended
puts
by-
you off.
But that captain.
That's
I wanna
not in your
go on the
character. That's me
adventure.
saying that.
Oh, in that case, you're a cuck.
I want to go on the adventure.
All right. So we'll take the gnome, the man of God, and the noble. You go. Tell them I wanted to make amends. Invite them here. I'll buy them a few rounds of drinks.
I wonder if my hawk can pick up one of those big guys.
2 rangers and the rogue. You sneak in there once they're done. Open this place up. See what there is to see.
Oh, on a
Can we-
side note,
Mhm.
if we fight an enemy small enough that my hawk can pick it up and drop them
Oh,
from
dear
a great
God.
height,
Oh, sweet Jesus.
does that count as an attack roll? Because they're not allowed to make attack rolls. for
No,
creatures.
the only thing you're familiar can do is aid you, I believe.
All right, fine. So it can't pick up and drop like a,
I mean,
mouse or something.
You can cast a
Dark
spell
mouse.
through him, but that's
Yeah,
about
I
it.
can, but only touch range spells as well. That's why I got Burning Grasp.
No, the hawk can't pick up a goblin and drop it to its grisly death.
I'd also like to take this opportunity to remind everyone I have a good handful of goblin toenails in my pocket from when we slaughtered that goblin camp.
You're
Why
just
do we-
showing them off to everyone in
Why
the
do we
bar.
need to know this?
Why do you
Why?
have this?
I'm just gonna sort of mumble and just go over to the bar.
I
Time
have
to use them
goblin
at some
coattails.
point.
You know, I'm gonna look over to everyone. Oh, go on, go get them.
He whispers it too. He's like, I have goblin toenails.
On
Alright.
second thoughts, I'm gonna grab Globunkin by the scruff. You don't go.
I'd jam a handful of goblin toenails down his throat and scramble away.
He can't. I'm holding him at arm's length.
You're too short
No.
to even reach.
I mean, I go for it. I maybe
At
throw
this
them
point,
in
I'm
his
turning him
eyes.
off with the staff.
Jesus.
Pocket nails. Pocket toenails.
Improvised throwing attack.
Alright, so those of you who are going to go to the, what's called, the warehouse, you arrive back there at some point, and by this time the younger brother, who is like the dumb one, is back to working again. He's lifting stuff. He's still very quiet. And sort of as you approach, the older brother steps out and he just looks at you and goes, "What are you doing?" "I'll call Varor. He'll have you kicked out of the city. Get out of here." Who's going to approach him?
I mean, I thought we were sending someone to invite him for drinks.
I know.
We were. We
That's-
sent
I'm gonna
Yeah,
invite to drink.
whatever the hell, fucking Magnus and
Super.
Globunkin. We sent Globunkin.
And Miali,
Yay.
I think, didn't we?
No, we sent.
No, we
Magnus.
didn't send Globunkin.
Yeah, you pulled Globunkin
All
back.
right. So we sent Magnus and Miali.
Adrian and Salmus, wasn't it?
We sent them to sneak in afterwards.
Right,
I
yeah.
will be upstairs playing fetch with my hawk.
Yeah, use that.
With goblin toenails.
Ugh.
The hawk has to do what I say.
Oh
It
God!
Ugh.
No,
To be fair, it's
Starts
also
by
not.
peanut
It's
butter.
also not real.
bestiality.
No, I'm not. Like, it's got a beak and a cloaca.
Look, that's lovely. Who's gonna try and convince?
Yeah, I'm gonna convince them.
Alright.
I would say, I'm sorry
What?
that there was a bit of problem between us, between our group and both of you. I'd like to invite you to some drinks in the tavern over there. We can.
All right, give me that persuade roll. Take advantage because no, you'd take disadvantage on it. So take just a flat equal roll. Let's see what you get. Oh my God!
I just.
He's a noble. She's a noble with a kind countenance.
Good job you did it. I would have rolled a fucking
For a
3.
moment there, he goes like, "Oh, will you be there? Oh, yeah, all right, come on." And he kind of like taps his brother on the shoulder. Come on, let's go. There's drinks at the tavern for us. And brother's like, what about the? He's like, no, come on. And like they start running off down the street. And he's like, I hope I'll see you there. As he takes off.
Literally running.
Well, I mean, you guys are going to go with him, and then the rangers and the rogue are going to sneak in and see what's in the fucking thing.
Yeah, that was the plan.
But here's the
Yep,
thing.
that was the plan.
First thing he heard was free drinks, and then he's like, oh my God, this lady's gonna be here. I better get there drunk first, and then talk to her. He's a very unstable man. So the
Alright, well,
warehouse is mostly unguarded.
I imagine I'll pay like 60 gold in drinks. No, 60 copper pieces in drinks.
60 gold.
You're trying to kill them.
Flood the town.
They're dead. They're dead.
gone.
Barkeep, I would like to purchase your establishment.
Because it's like 2 copper drink, isn't it?
Yeah, you'd spend around 60 copper,
So,
like, just doing constant rounds. Like, after a while, at first they hate you, they're like, you bloody... And then after, like, the third round, they're like, hey,
dwarf. Drown 'em under the table.
Yeah, no, they're singing sea shanties with you.
Yeah.
I mean, my character was trained to be a diplomat, so she
Perfect.
can talk to them.
My body
Yeah, no,
lies over
Are
the
you a drinker as well, or are you doing the thing where, like, it looks like you're drinking tons, but you've really only ever had one mug, and you haven't even finished it? You're sort of like...
I'm not drinking.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you're
She
disguising it.
is not drinking.
Cool.
Tobrick is
I
drinking
mean,
like a
she's
sailor.
a diplomat.
Oh, don't worry about it, sugar. I got a load of copper pieces that we'd nicked from the goblins.
Oh, I already paid it though.
Along
Yeah,
with
but
their
I've counted off
toenails.
as well. I want to get rid of. I'm carrying around 600 copper pieces. This is a big bag
Welcome
of
to
copper pieces.
Welcome to Copper. Anyway, so yeah, as this happens, now Adrian and those are left behind as they sort of creep out of the darkness towards the warehouse. So who's it? It's Adrian and who else is there?
Diarmid and Samus.
And Samus, I would believe.
And
To
me.
me.
The 2 rangers and the rogue is what Tobrick said.
Yep, there we go. All right, so you approach. You know where the little switch is, and you know where your little hidey hole was. You just want to go and push it and open the door.
Right, Ardwin, before we go in, you've seen this before, and you're the professional when it comes to a town. Do we want to just stay hidden, or do we want to blend in? What do we want to do? I mean, I don't blend in easily. I will say this.
I think we need to get both
Just
of you in
adjusting that
crates.
chair loudly.
That's my chair. It's,
Yeah, if we get
old.
both of you in crates while I pop the door, because I could always run if they chase me out, and you two can check it out. Because if there's like 20 guys in there, we're not going to be able to fight them head on.
Well, if it's just a gambling den, surely we can just go in and gamble, and then scope.
That's best case. That's best
I
case.
see.
Though.
True.
If they are the ones that burned it down, and let's not forget, Torbrick isn't the most diplomatic. He probably did piss Scraven off. So
Yeah, I wasn't there, but that sounds about right.
so yeah.
Such
Damn,
unfaithful
guys.
subjects. They need a whipping, I think.
I mean, Torbrick can't hear this.
No,
He
of
can't,
course
it's
not.
true.
Of course not.
I do a perception check. Is he around?
Torbrick is in the shadows
Oh,
watching.
shit.
You have no clue. You almost
You
believe
see
it
his
yourself.
face coalesce in the mist.
I'm watching you.
Like the Dread Pirate Roberts.
Oh god.
Paranoids himself into believing he's there. Oh,
Perfect.
actually.
I wouldn't
Did he
speak his
say?
name. I'm just saying.
Don't say it 3 times in a mirror. Anyway, so yeah, do you guys just want to click it then and unlock the door? That's all it takes. It's just this crate. You just slide it forwards on the shelf and it clicks, and the door will swing open.
I mean, it's up to you two. I think, and like I say, I can run away if it's just me and they don't notice you're there. But if we just want to walk in, start putting gold down to what we can win, maybe get some information if it is just a
Walk
gambling
down
den.
there. They're like, excuse me, sir. Where's your membership card? I have a membership card.
What's the password?
It might be
Is
where
there,
Samus hiding.
is there a torch on the inside of the door?
It was lit up.
Yeah.
It
But
was lit
I
up.
can stand out here and keep watch if they're returning, or like guards are coming, or something stupid. And
I mean-
I have a way to sort of
They aren't
alert you.
returning tonight. I'll make sure of that.
Yeah, but like there might be other people. I'm just
They're
saying, in
dead.
case
They're
of
not dead.
if
They get
something-
drunk.
if something comes back, I have a way to alert you if I have like a vision to a torch from the door.
I was just going to leave my mouse at the door.
Oh, you
Oh,
have
you have
that
a
one.
mouse,
Is
yeah.
it reliable though?
It's my mouse.
It'll do.
Oh god, right. Okay, so the plan's in motion. You've got your mouse out. You've lay it next to the door. You want to push the crate?
Push the crate.
All right. A loud, click is heard, and then as the little gap in the wall sort of clicks open and swings in, and there's a little sort of murmur inside that dies down as this happens, and you sort of whoever's closest to the door would probably be Adrian, who is pushing the crate. You get like stared straight at by everyone in this den. There's a bartender on the far side of the room with a little bar. There's tables packed wall to wall, gambling cards, all sorts. A lot of people in here are cloaked, but a lot aren't as well. They sort of like just all look up to you. And there's no way that you're getting through that door without them noticing. And so the bartender sees you and he goes, "Get in then. Don't leave the door open."